Part two. Lazing around the house, Peg Bundy, stuff like that. That's probably what you pictured me doing when I was a stay-at-home dad. And that's kind of sad, actually, because the thing that I learned in that time when I was at home, not earning money, but still trying to take care of the house, there's a lot of work involved. Oftentimes, I woke up before my wife. I got up and I tried to get my boys dressed and ready for school and packing lunches, making sure they had their breakfast. And since they're all different ages, they had to go to different schools, in different places. There was different times, and then all the while I had to make sure that my I was taking care of the boys while my wife was getting ready for work and for school. She earned a master's degree in 2 years compared to my 3.5. And I was just chasing after art. And yeah, there's a lot of hours outside of the classroom where I was just doing a bunch of drawings and building up my product and fulfilling my career requirements and my degree requirements. And that in itself is not easy. Not only did I have to wake up and take the kids to school, make their lunches, and and after that, I would come home and I would start working on the house, getting the dishes cleaned, vacuuming, laundry. And when you got a family of 6 people, there's a lot of laundry. Oh man, it's not just the stuff that you have in your hamper where you can throw in 2 loads maybe, then move it along, fold it up and put it in your dryer. Yeah, that's great. That is a life skill. But imagine doing that for about 6 people. There's a lot of work. And that not only was I doing that at home, I would, depending on the calendar, I'd have to pick up certain of my sons at certain times early and take them to their therapy sessions or to the doctor or oh, and then I have to make sure that's all done, and then I have to go and pick up our boys from schools and bring them home or bring them to the next appointment and all that stuff. It was a lot of work, and then taking care of them and getting a good enough sized dinner ready for everybody to eat. And then there's the cooking and packaging of the leftovers and doing the dishes and then helping the boys with their homework as best I can. That's just a long list of things. This was hard work. And oftentimes I didn't get to bed until 10:30. That was back in the day. It's not like nowadays where it was not uncommon that we would be going to bed about 1 in the morning, just taking care of Jasper, making sure that he's getting the food in him and that he's getting to bed and all that stuff. Yeah, I thank the good Lord Almighty that I'm not working overnights now because I'm getting more than 3 hours sleep than I have been getting. Do you understand? My point is this: that was when I was a stay-at-home mom, and when we moved back here, and then you witnessed me being at home most of the day, trying to clean, trying to do laundry, trying to take care of stuff. And maybe those times I still had my apron on and I had to sit down and just take a breather. That's when you come in, and then I don't know. I don't know what was on your mind, but knowing how much you had a disdain for Peg Bundy and that you made fun of her, made fun of that character, and you labeled other people as being pegs. And that one moment when you saw me sitting down in my apron on the couch watching a little bit of TV, please do not assume that I was sitting there all day long. All right? You caught me at a moment when I had to take a break, get off my feet, just take a deep breath, recover a little bit, and then dive right back in. It's not easy work. Yeah, granted, it's not like building a brick wall. It's not like putting in a new headers on a car. It's not like that. I understand that. That is hard work. That is your skill. You know what to do. You know how to do it without busting your fingers or getting yourself killed. It's amazing skills. But for some reason, I suspect that you thought that I was less of a man doing that, doing women's work. Yeah, granted, yes, in an ideal situation where I would come home, I would bring home the bacon, and my wife would have a nice hot meal for me and my boys at the end of the day, and where I could go out into my shop, work on my projects, come back in, rest and relax, and go to bed when I want to. I would love that. I really would. I would really love that. But the thing is, we were going through a very hard time, and we still are. We still are. We still have money struggles. We still have struggles when it comes to the care of every one of our children. I'm rambling on. Point is that we're doing all this to take care of our children who we love very, very, very much. We were in your home for 3 months. We were living on the promise and the desire that you stated that you invited us into your home. It was a big house, and you wanted the hallways to be filled with the sound of people, with the sound of your own family, with the sound of your grandchildren. And we had a lot of dreams. I bragged a long time about the great things that we did when I was a child. And I was happy to move into your home, to move my family into your home, in hopes that my boys would grow up in your garage, that they would learn some basic to intermediate auto mechanics. Who knows, maybe one of our boys would have become a gearhead like you, and I would have been immensely proud if they did, because they are amazing children. Of course, Silver's 19 now. They're all 14. They're the youngest are 14. They're young men now, but it's hard not to call them my children. You understand? I mean, I'm still your boy. I'm darn near 50, and I'm still your boy. But when we were there, and then suddenly we were evicted, it took a while to absorb the shock of it. But survival of our children, the survival of my family kicked in, and we moved into a smallish house that was kind of cramped after a little while, after 2 years. And the struggles we had with that landlord, I took that as not only as your rejection of me by kicking out your son. It wasn't just me. It was the love of my life. It was Gina. It was all 4 of our boys, your grandchildren. I'm not condoning it, but I understand why you don't like Gina. It's because she stands up to you. She doesn't back down. She doesn't kowtow to your force of will. And I admire her for that, because she's teaching me she's helped me grow some backbone. But when you evicted us in that official form, and then when you later sued us for something, which we already paid back, we paid back every penny. In the end, even to this day, even as I sit in this, my very first office, and what is turning out to be a really good job, with really great benefits, and I'm working with really good people. And the bosses are cool too. I mean, I can go on for how they've done so much for me and my family. I'm still rooting out, with the help of the good Lord, the roots of bitterness that I have and the reasons for it. Dad, the whole reason why I'm making these videos and why I made this YouTube channel is for someday I hope that at least in my stumbling speech you can understand where I'm coming from and why I haven't talked to you in the past few years. I still occasionally drive by the house in hopes that someday I could just show up and talk. Maybe that day will happen. And maybe someday you'll understand why I'm making these videos. Know this, Dad, that I love you very much, and I wish you would love my family as much as I love them. Maybe someday. Well, anyway, to the next video. Love you, Dad.